Like culture, poison arrows. Takes for culture, vultures into the earth and darkness. Back in the baby shoes. The black and culture. Rings that got like Oprah. Lights, picture, emotion. Efficient, no religion. Fish like culture, poison arrow takes for culture, vultures. With the darkness. Back in the baby shoes. Black and culture, emotion. That got like Oprah. Lights, picture, emotion. Efficient. Like my pop bitches proportional. The mouth max generation max. Bad cost stunning flex. Gold around my neck. Cost me a check, so I chase a check. Just left that connect. Get peel off in the legs. Run up some I see no wake of mean and straight. Tiptoe around it. Great nigga, that's for high stakes in the fast lane with no brakes. Neither crash in the raw strength. More grade on the ninth day with a raw plan. Be right, please. Saying I'm a great man in these last days, face sinking. That housing racing fast till it outgoes slow through that easy pass with the most professional low state on a journey to set the culture straight. At the age of 6, I had a vision, I already seen my fate. Crush like culture, poison arrow tips, culture vultures. We took the earth and darkness. Back in the baby shoes, back in the distribution. Things ain't got like Oprah. Life's picture, emotion, fish like culture, poison, arrow tips. We took up the darkness. Back in the baby shoes, black and gold, no shirt. Things ain't got like Oprah. Life's picture, emotion, shoes like gold, grateful. Got me moonwalking like Michael. He back on it, tight glow, with strobe lights, watch the ice glow like Leave Boy. I'm the last dragon dancing. Focus on that next check. On my head, on my jet, certified vest. I'm a surgeon, I'm a take flight. Use request. I'm a surgeon, I'm a jet. I take flight, that's a cheat. My head is on deck. I take flight. Use request. Like culture, poison arrow tips for culture vultures. We took a oath and darkness. Back in the empty shoes, the black, the culture, no strip. Rings that got like Oprah. Promotion efficient, no regulation. Fish like culture, poison arrow tip, culture vultures. We took a oath and darkness. Back in the empty shoes, the black, the culture, no strip. Rings that got like Oprah. Life's picture, emotion efficient, no regulation. Remember them days I was living out on our Lord, regardless of what they show though. Got a mic, I get money, I count it also. See when you know that you about doing it also. Yeah, I need that. My pockets is free back. All of them robbing the politics free. I already know I'm in respect, so yeah, I need that. All of them pockets is free back. All of them robbing the politics free. I already know I need respect. See, I be chillin' on here, but really I'm tired though. Roll up in this shit, don't lie, yo. Bro, if I hit me, how they gon' have to follow? It's looking at we all go. Shoot up a couple of plays and then we can all leave. Put up a swallow, Tommy taking no rolling. He wasn't letting me kick it out in the goalie. That's what we need. Remember the days I was living up, I know. College school, got a mic, got your money, I got it all slow. See when you know. Yeah, I need that. All of the pockets in pockets is free. All of the robbing the politics is free. I already know I got my whole career trying to stay away from the Illuminati. I'm in his body riding around like a shotty with the top. So if it ever pop off, me and my family, my love was gone. Pouring out this Hennessy for your soul, hoping that one day I grow to see 80 years old and make peace. Now if you want to, I'ma stay alive. Now if you want to, I'ma stay alive. You gotta survive. Show me love, cause I'm bigger for your dad. I mean, of course, I know that I don't mean that you're happy. You don't you never alone. Cold, that we can rub me the morning. Show me some I'm not there. I can just see you now. Who I be, we probably take from we take from you. I can just see you now. Take from we take from you. Just get home, turn off my phone. I'm finally alone. So go straight to my room. Boy, we know. Put me in that zone. In my top so high, so high. So high, so high. So high, so high. So high, so high. So elevated, like a drone. Just forgot about the haters, they move on. Cause I'm just saying I'm phenomenon. Now I need my healing, so I sleep this long. So high, 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 so we might co-host a show. We're gonna tune in and see what you got going on, and maybe we can figure out. What do y'all want me to do? Do you want to do it now? You want to do it now?
You want to do it now?
What y'all got on? Nobody.
Nobody on today. Okay, so what do you want us to do? Because otherwise we got to sit at the computer. Okay. All right. I'm still only when we stop. So you already know. My ex be on big bill. Come here, check the water. I told him, there you go. We get to do so many times. We put in the water. Waiting for what you see is what you get up on the morning show. I got a whole lot of bars, but before I go, chop real smooth, she the boss. No, baby. Hold up, I'm about to go to Yellow Lady. They your host, 12 to 2. If you need a getaway, come and see this view. Got a whole lot of drama feeling like you want to snap out. Put your feet up and watch a Midday Mad House. I'm coming up. What's up, cars? I used to be broke out, like a toss. They broke my shoes, your body you love. They working on and they try to do me, but it's again. It's a big reason I'm falling. I'm working my Jimmy. You see, I'm struggling with me.
You bitch love me, but I know. Coming down my blessing, but I know. She won't trust me, but I know. Put your pops and give me front, but I know. Bring it forward, bring it forward, bring it back, also bring it back, bring it forward, bring it back, also bring it back, bring it forward, bring it back.
Brand new count and a brand new it. Hey!
Hey.
How are you guys? Well, since we got our glasses, we might as well toast you guys.
Hello, welcome to the
Midday Mad House. Okay, that was good.
Yeah, and it's Monday, y'all.
Yes. Ooh,
Monday.
I don't like that juice. I don't like that.
I'm
not a fan of the juice.
It tastes real diet.
Yeah.
It tastes a real diet.
Yeah, that's mad. That is just nasty. I don't like that juice. But again, I'm Cha.
And I am the Jellolady.
Yeah, you guys still know the Jellolady. Yeah, so how was y'all weekend?
Yes. The number is at the bottom of the screen, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
Feel free to call in and let us know how your weekend was. What is your moods and moment like? What is going on?
Moods and moments.
Yeah,
Here she goes. She trying to start something early.
What is your Monday looking like? What's going on? Let us know.
Yeah.
So we can, chime in and whatever.
Yeah, shout out to the Black Box.
Yeah, shout out to the Black Box.
Yeah, shout out to the Black Box. We love you guys.
We love y'all.
Yeah, Parquet and that crazy Petey.
Yes.
I don't listen.
I don't know how y'all put up with it.
What, put up with Petey? All my life I had to fight.
Right.
Special.
Listen.
I love him being my cousin though.
Absolutely. It's fun.
It's never a dry moment
Never.
with Petey. Y'all need to be bringing my husband up here. That's who y'all need.
Yeah, like, I don't know.
Where my man at? Because, that's my boo. But there was a lot of things going on this weekend. You had, I seen a lot of people getting married this weekend. I seen a lot of people getting married. And, I'm seeing that a lot of people are going to the Justice of Peace. You got a lot of people now doing Justice of Peace and then having their reception.
Look, it's the smart thing to do.
I don't know. I like that when who is that?
It is the smart thing to do when you are on a budget. Okay, listen.
Well, yeah.
What you're not gonna do is, have a wedding that costs you $20,000. You ain't got no place to live. You still renting. You ain't got a mortgage or nothing.
Well, even if you're renting, that doesn't even matter. But my thing is like, the wedding is pretty not. It's not for you.
No,
it's for everybody else. It's like you're putting out
else.
the money, but I don't get it. How people can spend 20, 30, 40. Like I don't get it because my wedding.
First of all,
my wedding was the shit, but it did not cost no $20,000.
No, listen. First of all, I'm not spending a car payment on a dress. Just not gonna do it. I can't do nothing with it. I'm gonna wear it one time, maybe twice.
No, once.
No. Listen,
the twice is, they say when you redo your vows, you redo the dress. You don't wear the same dress, but for some people you can't do that.
Listen.
Because you ended up being married for like 10 years and put on about 40 pounds and you can't get back into that dress.
Yeah,
so technically for some it's only one time.
Oh, well, listen, I'm going to tell you right now, if I put on 40 pounds and it's time to put the dress back on, we're going to let the dress out for 40 pounds.
It don't come like that.
Listen, we can make it that way. We're going to cut it open.
Oh, you want to add material.
Yeah, there you go.
She crazy.
Listen, I have to get at least something. Something else got to come out the dress. I got to make a jacket. Look, we got to get a scarf.
But it all depends because you can find decent, gorgeous underneath 500.
Right. Look, if you cut the trunk sale, you definitely won't find you a good dress. But see, I can't go to a trunk sale.
What's the trunk sale?
You never been to a trunk sale? Okay, so a trunk sale is where the bridal shops open up all the trunks and they
Oh,
let
okay.
you
They let you.
you
Yeah.
get all the nice designer dresses like from last season
Right.
at a discounted price. Get
Yeah.
ready for the
They
new
have
stuff.
that at David's and Bridals
Yeah, all
and stuff like that.
every bridal shop has them, but they do. If you find like around, like right after prom season,
Mm-hmm.
you'll find these trunk sales happening, having like
Oh.
right at the end of prom season, like right before, because June
I
is
think
wedding.
it's more expensive for the women than it is for the men. Because technically all they're doing is renting a suit.
And showing up.
Right.
Listen, y'all aren't doing a thing.
Right. They're not doing nothing.
Okay, because hair and makeup alone is costing you a couple $100.
Right, that
From
part.
the rip, okay? You haven't bought a pair of shoes. You still ain't got a dress.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, we ain't get jewelry, accessories, none of that. And I don't know about nobody else, but I am not finna be in my wedding gown and be in that all night in a reception. All sis, we got a dress change.
I did it.
Like I mean, well,
I stayed. I stayed.
You did. But that was because it was once you was in there, sis, you was in there.
Yeah, I was in it.
Look, it wasn't like, oh, it's real quick, get out of this. No, that was something else.
That was a piece of
Look, listen, that was artfully placed on and artfully taken off, and it stayed on the whole night where it was supposed
It did, and I ain't feel like it. Like once the night started going, it was like a waste of time.
Right.
Like what am I?
And see, for me, my logic of it is, if I'm spending all of this money for this reception, I'm gonna enjoy the reception. It's not just for y'all to enjoy the reception.
Yeah, because we party.
Okay, so I'm gonna enjoy my reception. So that means we need a jumpsuit or something. I need to be able to move around, get on the dance floor, all of that.
I was doing all that. I couldn't.
See, well, that's the difference. See, for me, it's gonna be a lot of dress.
Oh, I had a lot of dress.
Yeah, you had a lot of dress.
It was heavy.
I know.
That dress was heavy.
Right. Listen.
Shout out to Renee.
Yeah, shout out to Renee.
My sister bought my wedding gown, so that was the biggest blessing.
Right, yeah. I'm just telling you right now.
Something borrowed, something blue, something old, something new.
Right.
My dress was new. She bought a Vera Wang.
Yeah,
that's what it was.
That's what it was, Vera Wang.
Because Vera Wang wasn't coming out of my pocket.
Right, listen.
Me and Vera Wang don't even know each other.
I synced Vera one time when I was in the bridal store looking at dresses. I synced Vera. Vera had a very nice dress. And very nice dress stayed very nicely on the hanger in the store. Sis, I can't. No, that is a car payment.
Yes,
that is like house rent. Right. Like if I'm renting a house, I can rent. I
seen some dresses when we was looking around. I see dresses for like $20,000.
Oh yeah, them really extravagant beaded dresses. Those are very expensive. They're hand.
Because when my sister brought that dress, remember I was like, how much you pay? I looked at this thing like, Vera, who? This what you? Oh, okay. Thank you.
Yeah, because
appreciate it, baby sister.
It wasn't going to be a gift you got for yourself. I'm gonna tell you right now.
Right at the clearance.
When I was looking at dresses, I was the bride. Like, okay, I want everybody in a certain dress. I'm gonna buy the dresses. Like, I'm not playing that. Like,
I'm tripping.
But no, the dresses I was looking at, they were really inexpensive, and it was nothing because I don't know that many people. But how many bridesmaid dresses do you really think I needed?
They don't even matter.
Listen, that was in my mind. That was my gift to my bridesmaids.
Jewelry, little things in life.
You might as well dress is a little thing in life because let's see, for the 4 bridesmaids I expected to have, to buy 4 dresses at like $65 a piece. It was nothing.
Yeah.
But that's because I chose regular people dresses. Like I wasn't getting dresses that my bridesmaids could never wear again.
Yeah, like, that was my only thing.
And that was when and that's when I was looking at dresses. That was my biggest concern, and that was the reason why I said that'll be my gift to my bridesmaids. Because generally when you're a bridesmaid in somebody's wedding, they pick out the gown and you're supposed to just go get it fitted, try it on, and wear it, and it'd be ugly. You can't never wear it again.
That's why I ain't do it like that to nobody. Like all the dresses that we wear, like I can now, even with Kalia's dress, I can now make that into like a little party dress, go somewhere.
Yeah, like my dresses that I wanted, they were so pretty. They're cute little bubble skirt dresses with pockets. Because I live
Oh,
for
yeah.
pockets. So all my bridesmaids dresses had pockets.
Yeah, it's good. I mean, that's why I thought summer weddings were real dope.
Yeah.
Because you can get it off.
But that's why they're the most expensive.
What?
Summer weddings.
They're not.
They really are.
My Uncle D got married for under $500.
Oh, yeah.
Outside.
Right. But
well, indoor, outdoor. Yeah, indoor, outdoor.
Yeah, but nowadays you do a summer wedding.
You can do it in somebody's backyard. I see somebody hook somebody's backyard up.
First of all, my mom's wedding was beautiful in the living room. Yes, it was.
Yeah, like I know people that will take, but nowadays you get, you got everybody decorating and stuff like that. They make the whole backyard look like a whole other place.
You can get, a venue created and it'd be really inexpensive. You can literally get a complete wedding done for probably like $5-6 grand.
Hey.
And that's all well and great. But for me, just like looking, because you know me, I be having a research if you want to look around.
I just think that people be spending, it's just ridiculous how much people go broke to get married. Like how you gonna go broke to get married? Oh, this is our budget. Listen, no, you need to have a good budget. Make sure you got good people around you that know people that know people that know people that you can, budget yourself. Don't you going broke?
Listen,
all credit cards maxed out.
Absolutely not.
Bank account down low.
Listen,
like y'all need to
right,
slow down.
I'm gonna tell you right now, if I can't pay cash, it's not for my case. Okay, because what we're not about to do is put it on somebody's credit. There's some things that I will pay for with credit, and I know I got it to pay it back.
Right.
What I'm not about to do is be paying off my wedding for the next 30 years because I couldn't make the pay and pay it off. Like, no, I'm not doing minimum balance payments with 24% interest or 22 or
because they hit you.
Look, when you don't make them payments, that's what happens.
Yeah, they smack you. They smack you hard.
Look, them balances, you get them off, close them down.
Close them down.
Absolutely.
But yeah, like I was looking at all of this stuff over the weekend and everybody's getting married and congratulations to everybody that's getting married.
Shout out to everybody that got married in 2022.
Come on. Bring it down a little bit. And even with I don't mean to be mean to anybody, but if you like it, I love it, I enjoy it. Going to baby showers but a baby shower isn't a baby shower anymore. Now, just like now, like weddings aren't weddings. It's like a ball game. Like what happened to just
listen?
Let's walk down the aisle.
I don't know.
Celebrate with our people, and and just do it that way.
I feel like
what happened to firehouse days? Having your cabarets in the firehouse. I mean, having your wedding, your reception at a firehouse. You know how many parties and receptions I went to the firehouse?
Right. But you know what? It's like this thing because everybody wants to live up to to the bar that was set by the celebrity that had the dopest wedding.
Yeah.
I want to have the blings out, everything, this and that. I want to have my celebrity dream wedding. Girl.
But you got elephant beer money, $1.06. You got elephant beer money at $1.06, and you talking about you want a $40,000 wedding. Girl, go sit the hell down somewhere. What's going to happen is he going to end up locked up because he going to go out here and start selling everything.
He's selling everything. He's selling everything. Trying to get you first of all,
mortgage back.
I'm gonna tell you right now. For me, I don't want I want to have a wedding.
Right.
Like I definitely want to have an actual wedding. I'm not really going to the rest of the pieces. Really not what I'm going to do.
Right.
Because there's too many people that need to be in attendance.
To what you're doing.
To what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Like my parents need to be there. My grandparents. Like there's people that need to be there. Now it might only be 12 of us at this wedding.
But you still want it the way you want it.
My wedding the way I want it.
Yeah.
Now I don't have let's just not get it all the way wrong because what they charging for weddings and churches.
Well, then again, it all depends if you belong to that church. See, the problem is people don't go to church no more. Now, we're not going to get on that.
We're not going to
But
get on
I'm
that.
just saying the problem is that some people don't belong to churches.
Well, listen,
because your tail don't go to church.
Well, listen, I know a member of it, and when she told me what the price was, I said, well, what comes with it?
But is she doing stuff for the church? Like,
Yeah.
is she in the church?
She's active.
Because I know for some churches, they just ask for a donation or whatever.
She's an active church member, and you could call it a donation if that's what you want to call it, but the number was not a donation. That ain't a donation number. No,
I don't know.
Okay, listen,
but I know for sure, like the church folk I deal with, that I've grown up with, it is not like that. Like, it's not. And
for me, like I would just have to, I'm thankful that I have, clergy in my family. So I don't have to. I don't need your services. I just need your building.
Right.
Cut that all the way down. I don't need your organist. I don't need none of that. I just need the building for an hour.
Well, that'd be a problem too, because everybody claims it's going to start at a certain time. Most weddings always start like 30 minutes to an hour late, because it's always that last minute crap that goes on.
Right. And with
it
that,
is what it is.
I wouldn't mind paying for 2 hours, but I really don't need the building for an hour. But like I said, I only need the building.
Right. You don't
I don't need the deacon. I don't need the pastor. I don't need the organist. I don't even need the video guy. I'm good. I got all of that other stuff covered.
She said I was charged nothing just to ask for a donation. Yeah, that's what I would see. I got married by the mayor of Mount Holly, Mr. Daniels, and he blessed us. But for churches, a lot of churches just say, hey, if you're part of this church,
just give a donation.
Yeah, or they don't charge you at all.
Right.
Like, they just, because you're so active in the church.
Right.
Now, if you go into one of them upscale bougie churches,
right,
where you got to be, if you go into one of them and pastor is cleaner than the damn floor.
Listen.
They're going to charge
when the pastor drives a Bentley, please expect to pay for the wedding service. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, like, I'm not getting out. I don't know.
I personally, I
think people need to just slow down. Like, if you want to be with each other, just be with each other. If you want to get married, but you ain't got to do $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 in a wedding, and then you get this. We did local people, local things, and it was over.
I think the most I would probably spend on my wedding.
I think, you know what? I'm gonna be honest. Our rings was more than our wedding.
Right. And
our rings was more than the wedding, and we didn't even know what we were giving each other. That was the surprise for us. Like, all right, I'm gonna buy your ring, you buy my ring, and we just gonna wait until the wedding and see. Now all of them knew what the ring looked like. I had no clue. They all knew what John ring looked like. So
we knew everything.
Yeah, y'all knew everything. So, but it was like, okay, but our rings is what cost the most. I mean, between the catering and all of that stuff, the building. Yeah. But we were blessed, you know. So it was.
Yeah. And that's the good thing about it.
Like, save that money for your honeymoon.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And that's my thing about, even having a wedding. I don't really mind having a wedding. It doesn't have to be a big, lavish, extravagant wedding. I don't need 1,000,001 flowers and all of that craziness. I am not the bridezilla. Like, I need this $1,700 gown. No, I don't want.
People lost their mind.
I really just want my wedding to be me and my spouse.
Well, that's
whatever it is that we decide that we want, like, that's it. I'm not getting extra special because my mom thinks that we need to have this, or his mom, his grandma, or whoever thinks that we need. I'm not doing all of that. Whatever we decide is what we decide. What we decide, and that's it. And that's all. And I don't care who wants to pay or not pay or contribute. Or not
but I think the other thing is too, now people are paying. paying for food. Like,
yeah, well, you know what?
I think the mansion is beautiful. You ever been to a wedding in the mansion?
No, I haven't.
Okay, so it's very, very beautiful, right? It's a beautiful place to have a wedding. It's not that expensive to have it. John and I just wasn't down for feeding nobody food that we didn't know what it tastes like, if that makes sense. Their food is not, it's the regular,
basics, but
you can have prime steak, prime rib, all this stuff, but I don't know what it tastes like. You know how you go places.
So didn't do a tasting.
No, we wasn't willing to do anything. So that's why we went and got chopped.
Right.
And got homemade,
yeah,
somebody catering business, all black owned, chopped. And we went ahead and did it that way because it was like.
You wasn't getting catered food from.
Not just that. You ever been somewhere? You go to somebody's event and they have it catered already by the place, and the food is just not good.
It's never seasoned right now.
It's just not good, period. Yeah. I done been places where I'd be like, oh, take my napkin off my lap and put my plate to rest, and I'll eat the salad and the biscuit,
whatever,
and feed whatever I'm gonna go. We have too many people in the family that can cook. That's that's why I said
They thought I was crazy, but I'm talking about
I mean, you can, but it all depends on. It all depends on how many people you talking, because I know we had 300 people. Right. I wasn't sitting in the kitchen cooking for no 300 people. Right. I'm sorry, I wasn't calling my family to cook for 300 people.
I enlisted the family, the ones that could cook, and said, listen, you bring XYZ dishes. Like, everybody got a dish.
Right.
And that's what I was serving. And for me, it was like, I didn't plan on having a whole bunch of people. First of all,
and plus, you know what?
Well, I don't fool with people like
that.
So.
The wedding goes on, but it's really the guys don't even pay attention to the wedding. No. Like, they walk the girl down, whoever you match them up with, they walk down. They already tore up from last night, going into today of the wedding. Right. They already feeling nice. Them guys ain't worried. As soon as the I do reception start, everybody separates
and food
and does whatever they do.
Right. Like, I don't.
Few pictures. People want to take pictures. It is what it is. But why spend so much money? Like, you really really gonna go broke, not paying your mortgage and all this stuff for a wedding?
I could go broke. I don't have that many people I would invite to be in my wedding or even be at my wedding in the first.
Yeah, but I mean, it's still like $20, $25 a plate is still expensive, even if you're doing 50 people. You know what I mean? Like, that's the only thing that I ain't like about getting nothing catered for.
Yeah, you have to do a certain number.
Yeah, you have to. They give you a limit and they say, okay, 100 or 75. Like, some of these venues, they start at 75.
Yeah, well, that sounds, yeah.
So it's like, okay, 75 people. Now I gotta pay per plate $30, $45
per person.
I know my cousin LaDonna, she paid $65. It was $65 a plate.
Mm-hmm.
And that food was not what it was supposed to be. It did not. It was not. It just wasn't.
It wasn't $65.
No. For her, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, no. And I'm like, you know what? No. I need food that I know that we're going to eat, and we're going to continue to eat. Whatever is leftovers coming back to the house, we're going to still eat it.
Right.
Not no... You got you give me a freaking 15 string beans, and they look like they just like they all shriveled up.
They sad and overcooked.
Right. Like, and then my mashed potatoes, you got me some old canned gravy rice. I mean, yeah, over my mashed potatoes or something. Like,
listen, I don't.
No.
Well, I don't do catered food in the first place. I don't. Like, I have to personally know you are somebody who cooks. And no, I don't do catered food. Like, I don't like catered food.
I mean, I done been to places where it's like good catered food. But
the only thing I ever get catered is sandwich rings and salad.
No, I've been places where it's been catered and some of the food has been delicious.
Oh yeah, you know what the best catered food I've ever had is the drug reps when they used to come to the doctor's office. They always bring the best catered food.
Oh,
Yeah, that the top of the line.
yeah, that's why I'd rather go
but you
with
know
people
why-
that.
but you know why
like
it's
you said,
like that?
you know.
But you know why they bring the best favorite food? Because they try to impress the doctor, so you get the 5-star restaurant and you offer the
Right.
favorite day of the week.
Right, but then it's like, and then you want, and then this is the thing that just kicks me in my butt with people, that it makes me kick myself and then want to kick you. You spend all this money on this wedding, right? And y'all together for about 2 years. Now, remind you, you got married. You was getting married, and y'all was struggling for money anyway. Then you get married, and you spend $30-something thousand, this big giant wedding.
And be divorced in a year?
Tops.
Listen, I'm going to tell you.
Now, what do? You just put on a show for what?
And this is the reason why I don't need to have a wedding like that, because at the end of the day, when I take my vows, it's serious. Like, this is not.
Yeah, I mean,
but this
and nowadays people do not know how to hold on. That's the problem with marriages now.
That's the problem with relationships in general. Like,
the divorce rate is at like 70-something%.
Yeah, but
for the divorce rate.
But you know why that is? Because a lot of people fail to realize that you married another person.
Not just that. That pandemic, a lot of them divorces happened through that pandemic too.
But see,
you found out who he was,
right,
or you found out who she was through the pandemic.
Not only but you know what? People in the pandemic, you find that same scenario with retirees.
Congratulations, DJ Parquet. He said he DJ'd his first wedding.
Oh, congratulations!
Yes.
Yeah, that is right. You did that this weekend.
Yes.
But for most relationships, you find a lot of that when couples retire. Like the husband retires and is finally home all day with the wife. And after 40 years of being at work, now you're home all day in my face. Now you're getting on my nerves.
Yeah, that could be.
But a lot of times people fail to remember that life is an evolution. Mm-hmm. Like, everybody grows and changes. That's not going to be the same person you married 10 years ago. It's just not. They're not going to look the same. They're not going to act the same. They're not going to need or want the same thing.
Right.
And a lot of people feel like that's a deal breaker. Like, you changed. Oh, there's a deal breaker for me.
But you know what's crazy? But not just that. You find some people that will be boyfriend and girlfriend for like 40 years and then get married and get a divorce.
Yeah.
For what? What did you even say I do for?
Because
you've been cradling this mess for all these years.
Come on. The difference is now a lot of people take the paper
too far.
Well, not even that they take it too far. They finally understand what the contract actually means. Because at the end of the day, like, that's what marriage is. It's a contract.
Yeah, but
it's a contract between you, your spouse, and the Lord.
Right.
And nowadays, the government, which I don't understand the whole point of that part, but whatever.
But you got a year trial. So I'm not here to say anything bad, but I'm saying you got a year trial when you get married.
Yeah, you got a year.
If it don't work out,
get an annulment.
Yeah, real quick.
On.
But why go through all that? Why be with somebody for 10 million years and then say, all right, we're gonna get married?
Well, you know what? You find
and then get a divorce.
But you know what you find a lot, and why people
it's easier to walk away, I think.
Well, you know what? It's not even that. It becomes a control thing. And that's what you find with most marriages. Like, you could be together 50 years
right,
and be dating, but as soon as you get married, it seems like one party or both parties feel as though the amount of control in the relationship is supposed to change. Like, it's supposed to be something different. Men think that they get married, they're supposed to have all this control over their wife. Wives get married and think they're supposed to have all this control over their husbands. It does not work that way.
Right.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to tell you, it don't go like that.
Don't go like that.
I have seen marriages, faithful, successful marriages, 30 years, 40 years, 50 years, 65 years of marriage. I have seen it.
Right.
So I can tell you from personal knowledge, it is a process. And the question is, do I love this person enough to go through whatever it takes to still be with them at the end
That's
of
a
the day?
true comment. Monica said people stop doing what they did to get with each other, get with that person.
Right.
That is
they
true.
get comfortable and complacent.
And
they feel
that's
like
where you go wrong too.
That's where you go wrong. But you know what? A lot of people don't understand the concept of the change, the way things change. Like, yeah, I was doing certain things back in the day when we were first dating, you know, but at the end of the day, we not dating. We not 20 years old.
Yeah, but it still shouldn't stop though.
I'm not saying that it should stop, but what I'm saying is it becomes different. It's not expressed the same way. Like, okay, when we was 20 years old, I was taking you out. We was going to get food and going to McDonald's because that's all I could afford back in the day. So now, 40 years later, you still want me to take you to McDonald's? If you still want me to take you to McDonald's?
Yeah, because that's the guy.
Why? Okay, I've evolved. I've got better money now. Can't we go someplace else?
Yeah, we've been going those places, but let's just sit outside of McDonald's and laugh and talk.
You'll be sitting outside of McDonald's.
And see, I don't eat McDonald's, but I'm saying I would do it.
I feel like that is somebody who's not evolving. Like,
no, sometimes you gotta keep that fire going. And sometimes how you got me is not how I might not be right now, but it would be nice for you just to come back
now listen,
like,
if we
had fun.
If we met and had our first date at McDonald's,
yes, you can call.
If you meet and that's what you meet at, you have your first date at McDonald's. I see you going back to it. I see, okay, let's go back and revisit this part. But if I am no longer broke, and I don't want to,
but it don't matter. You got the richest people out here that will take the cheapest, cheapest way out.
But if I don't want to just take you around the corner to the scale, and if I was like, oh, I want to take you out of town and we go skating someplace else. Isn't it just the same?
No, it's not the place that we went.
No, guess what? That place closed.
Well, if that's the case, then fine.
But that's what I'm saying. Time goes on and things change.
Yeah.
Why not?
Because sometimes people get too comfortable, and you get too comfortable in your ways of like
I get being
like, oh, okay,
not doing stuff.
It's all right. Yeah,
like,
okay, all right. Yeah, we can go out to eat, but it's like, do you really want to go? You just want to sit around.
Midday Mad House, how can we help you?
Hello.
Hey.
Yes.
Yes, it is.
No, I agree with y'all. The only thing I was saying about how a person got someone in the beginning, I'm not saying that they will keep on going to McDonald's, but you have to keep on wooing each other.
Absolutely.
You got to keep on doing special things for that person. Because it wasn't the McDonald's that got me. It was just the love and affection that you were showing me.
Right.
That got me. So don't stop, don't sleep on it, don't get comfortable just because we're married and, oh, I got you now. So you love me, I love you, that's it.
Right.
You got to keep wooing me, as the old people say.
Right.
Absolutely.
Wooing me.
You got to court me. You got to.
But that is so true. And I think some people don't look at life. You're saying these vows, you're getting ready to do it for life. And no matter what it is, that's still your first, second, whatever you're doing, that is still the person that you said I do to. So why wouldn't you want to keep that spark going? Like pillow fights, like just dumb stuff. I know sometimes my husband and I'll be laying in the bed and he'll just smack me with a damn pillow. I'm like, well, what do you hit me for? But then it just turns into,
laughter,
a whole fun.
Yeah. And that's what a lot of people don't do anymore. Everybody gets so caught up in working. And you got to work, you got to pay bills, and you have this rut, and you get into this cycle, and they forget to enjoy the little things.
Right.
And that's the thing. Like, I love that my parents still find time to spend time together. Like, my dad works during the day, my mom's out doing whatever she got to do, but come 7 o'clock, It's time for their little shows that they watch every night of the week. They got a show, they sit down and watch it together.
That's how it goes.
But that's their together time. And they'll sit there and they'll watch whatever show they watch until 8, 9, 10 o'clock, and then they fall asleep on the couch together. I love catching them on the couch, mouth wide open, just, in love. But that's what they do to show you.
I want to say you are exactly right with COVID, because being together, both of y'all not working, and y'all got to be home, or you working all day at home. That snoring that didn't really irritate you, you ain't really serious on your nerves. Little habits, but people, they don't want to fight, they don't want to work, they don't want to look past the small things.
Right.
They want to start complaining more. So at the end of the day, if you want your marriage to work and you want to stay together, it's work.
It is work. It's a lot of work.
It's a full-time job. Like, people don't realize that. Everything that you take on is a job.
I'm proud of y'all. I love the subjects I talk about. Keep on going. I'll be watching every day.
Okay, thank you. Love you, cuz.
Love you.
Yeah, but it is like people don't get it. People don't get it. Like, and like, I don't know. Well, Blaze, he didn't lose his job through COVID, so it was still an ongoing. But it made me crazy because I didn't feel like sitting in the house every day.
Right.
So it was like we're so used to going,
and now we're not doing nothing.
Now we had to stand still. Like, all right, so what's today?
Yeah.
Or lose. You know how you lose the track of days? You think it's Monday, but it's really Wednesday. You like, damn.
I lost a whole month. Like, I'm like, oh, it's April. Like,
yeah, but people, I think it's not. I don't think people nowadays have.
They don't have the fight.
The respect or the fight in them.
They don't respect
to push.
I don't think that they respect the fact that it is a fight. Like, you got a relationship is work.
Right.
Every relationship is work.
Right.
You have to nurture that relationship, cultivate that relationship to be what it is that you want it to be.
Right.
Like, if you want a decent relationship, you have to be decent in the relationship. Like, you have to put into it what you want to get out of it.
Right.
So if you're not putting nothing in, you can't expect to get nothing out.
Right.
And I can say this, and I'm going to say this for everyone. Never let your partner or your spouse become adjusted to your absence. Like, if you work long hours, you should still make your partner feel like they're important in the moments that you spend together.
Right.
Because if you don't, your partner will become adjusted to your absence
and start
and finding something else to do.
Yeah.
And then when you find yourself in the house talking about there's nothing here to eat, there's no hot meals, I ain't got no clean drawers. Yeah, that is a problem. And then you want to know what's going on. Now you mad
because you just don't.
Yeah, right.
You don't spark it anymore. There's no spark.
Oh, yeah.
And you're doing you, and she's doing her, and it's just too much air and opportunity. Do you see? Air and opportunity in between that. So it's like, okay, now this person is feeling lonely. This person is working their ass off trying to make sure that everything is fine at home.
Right.
But you're being, whether you're man or woman, you're just being a different person. Let's just not cuss and say you're just being somebody else.
Yeah.
Towards them. And then it's like, oh, well, you don't love me. Well, what do you mean I don't love you?
Right. That's right.
Do you see that?
I see it.
Oh, okay.
It says it's not always about evolving. Sometimes you have to take it back to the essence of people. People forget about that process as well.
Right.
Yeah.
Because you have to take care of each other.
Yeah.
People think, all right, I get with you. You got some money. I'm all right, but I ain't got what you got. Now we together. We in this relationship. But even in a relationship, people get bored.
Right.
They get bored. That opposite person, or we're together and we're hype about getting married, and then it's like, now you sitting there. Now you don't know what to do with your relationship. Now it's, oh, I don't think he loved me, or I don't think she loved me. No, how about
go find the common middle. Go find the.
There's always a denominator.
There's a common middle place that y'all both feel at ease, comfortable,
right.
Happy. Whether it's nothing as big as just going to the park. Like, oh, we go to the park on a Sunday and we walk around. or we just sit in the park and we just smoke or whatever we're doing in the park. Whatever you choose to do.
It's the little things, like you said, that count. And people give up too fast nowadays.
Oh yeah, listen.
Whether you're in a relationship or you're married, people give up because then you get that little itch.
Yeah, look.
And then you don't know if you want to be in a relationship or married.
Look, you get sucked into the 80-20 of it all. So, you out here and you're not getting what you need or what you think you need in your relationship. Now you out here looking around. Now you think you found it, but all those things.
The grass wasn't greener on the
other
other side.
All those things that you had in the palm of your hand, you let go for this two in the bush, and there's only one.
And all you had to do was get in the car and take a ride and have a blanket in the back seat. Just stop by Wawa, get a couple sandwiches and some chips and sit down somewhere together and talk. And nowadays it's not like back in the day. Shit, you got what's the little speakers and you can hook it, get a little Bluetooth. Yeah. You can sit on a picnic
and have your own little private party.
Yes.
And see, for me, I like little stuff. I'm not that big. I don't have to do it.
Right.
But I'm also like a big kid. Like the stuff.
Right.
I can go play miniature games. I can do the escape rooms. I don't mind playing video games.
Wow.
Listen, if you teach me.
I like that, Rob.
What can I miss? Oh, wait. Why am I so back there? Yeah, so Rob Wright says, people get too complacent and too comfortable, and that's when things can go wrong because I don't have to the devil's playground. Absolutely.
Talk about it.
That is absolutely true.
Yes.
And this is why I cannot be left alone without supervision.
What?
I cannot be left alone without supervision. That's why I'm always supervised.
Why?
Because, like you say, I don't have to do the devil's work. I don't have time to be idle in my mind. I can't.
Right.
So I can't be in here just with nothing else, with nothing to do or nothing to focus on because I'm an overthinker. So that little quiet gesture that you made when you thought I wasn't paying attention, now I'm thinking about that because I ain't got nothing else to do.
Yeah.
Now
me. I stay busy.
Right. Now,
I stay busy.
Look, now I have a lot to do, so I don't have time to just be sitting around in my mind.
Yeah, because that's how people. But sometimes it don't even have to be an idle mind. It's just you end up being in a relationship. Whatever happened. However y'all got together is how you got together.
Right.
Hey, maybe she, was your side piece, and your side piece became your main piece. Now you got this over here. You got a bunch of mess. So if you have all of that mess just in a relationship, period.
Yeah, that's a lot.
And then you get married and you got that, now it's extra. It was too much. It's too much. It wasn't meant for that type of, you rushed it. And people are pulling to rush things. Like people think, okay, we together so we can get married. Okay. Just because you're together does not mean you are meant to be married together.
First of all,
some of y'all are a hot mess out here.
Let's just say this for all people who are thinking about getting married, wanting to get married, think it's a good idea to get married. I am not opposed to love. I feel like love is amazing. Love conquers all. If you're willing to work at it, love will withstand anything. But go into the situation open-minded.
You have to
be smart about it. And I hate to say it like this, and I'll probably sound really cynical when I do. Make sure that the person you are seeking to join unions with doesn't have fines, restitutions, or anything like that. Because when you combine and become one person, you become responsible for that.
No, you don't.
In some states, you do.
No, you don't. It all depends. They won't come after you after a couple of years.
Listen.
But
at the end of the day, the possibility is there.
But don't let people say that, just because your man is on child support, that means they're going to come after you.
No, we're not talking child support.
That's not going to happen.
I'm not talking child support. I'm talking fines and restitution.
Fines and restitution does not rely on you.
It does not rely on you, but if you are married and your spouse has no income and you are supporting him, that's
because you put that in there. Somebody put that in there. Somebody put that in there. Somebody, he or she said, listen, I'm not supporting myself. This is where the money coming from, and they done brought it on you. So whatever's going on with your problems, that's why his problems or her problem became your problem, because she said, Miss Cole is taking care of me.
Look, that is my spouse.
You
my
take
spouse
care of me.
supports me.
Mhm.
Hence the reason why I said
No.
those are things that people should talk about.
I mean, you
Right.
can talk
But
about
listen,
it, but hey,
if
people come with problems, they come with problems. Nobody,
look,
that
but-
don't come down on me getting married to you. That's not going to stop me from
I'm
saying I do.
I'm not saying that I won't say I do, but how about you make some payments on your fines and restitution before we sign these papers?
But it's not going to affect you.
Hmm.
He's working and he's on his bread. When she working, it's on her bread. Then let it go.
Listen.
First of all, you can't get married and one only got a job. I mean, come on, people.
I mean,
And you have people out there that's really doing this.
I've seen it. It's the reason why I said it.
Like, come on.
Look, everything that
Why
I
are you getting married? Why are you getting married? You don't got no job. You're not helping me.
Look, everything that
Nothing?
I just said is something that I know personally happened.
At least you
So
can
I'm
cook.
telling you.
Well, could she do, him or she do? Can you cook? Can you take care of a household? Can you do any of these things that you're supposed to do since you want to be either a housewife or a house husband? Are you taking care of the things that come with being the responsible adult in the house? That means kids, dinner, everything, lunch, breakfast. I don't care what that person is doing. You better be, and you shouldn't even be giving no back talk.
First of all,
You should not be back talking no grown man or no grown woman that's taking care of your grown ass.
sorry,
Nothing.
Sorry.
For real. Like, if I'm taking care of you and you want to tell me how, who, what, when, and where, what, listen, you better go sit your tail down somewhere before I have to beat your backside. That was a nice way of not cussing.
Yes. It's very nice. Very creative, and I'm applauding for that. Thank you.
Shout out to the Hicksons.
Yes.
But that's just how it is. Like, I don't understand how people are like that. Like, okay, back in the day, let's say mid-50s, 40s, okay, the woman's place was in the house. But guess what? That woman made sure them children were fed, bathed.
Listen.
Everything in that house was taken care of by that woman. So whatever she needed
was supplied
because she was doing her job.
Look, but that's the thing.
Come on.
That is the difference between where we are now versus then. Now
people are lazy.
Not only are people lazy.
Just say lazy.
Look, not only are people lazy and don't want to do
selfish.
Look, they're lazy, they're selfish, they're inconsiderate, but those are all things that make a relationship.
A man that don't work, don't eat nothing. That's right.
Absolutely. A man that doesn't work should not eat. It's in the Bible, it's in the book.
Right.
So that is the law. That's what it is.
Right.
But at the same time, you know, this whole feminism and women can do everything and we're just as good as a man and we're just as equal to a man. So now that women are working and men are staying home, and now if the role is going to be reversed, shouldn't the role be all the way reversed?
First of all, I ain't having no man as no house big. Okay? I'm trying not to cuss, y'all. I am trying really hard, but she is touching some stuff that should not be happening.
Listen.
You are not a man if you're not out here working and you got this. You better go get a job. I don't care if you at Family Dollar for $1 an hour. Okay? And I'm paying $1.06 when I walk in to buy something. I don't care. But have some coof about yourself. Don't be no man sitting at home doing that. Now, I don't care how much money she making or what she doing. No, absolutely not. Then I should be having a rebuilt house. If you stay at home and you my man and we married, then guess what? Every day I should come home. You done built something in my house. You better build it. I'm telling you, it's like build a bed. You better be doing something. Cutting a tree down.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you right now, they don't know how.
My grass better not even get to my big toe.
It better be only on the bottom.
What?
I feel like an astroturf under my feet, but it's real. But no, I mean,
Yes, Rob, you're right.
and that's
Social.
But,
You is
yeah,
not.
yeah. I'm not getting.
You are not gonna be no man in my house, and you not doing nothing. You don't know how to fix a car,
Listen,
fix a meal.
I'm gonna tell you right.
I haven't.
I'm gonna tell you right now.
No.
I'm my grandmother's child.
How can you be with a man that stays home? That woman got problems, ladies and gentlemen. If there's a man out here and you're a real man, and you're at home because that's the choice of roles, y'all decided to do something. I'm telling you, if a storm came, my house better not blow.
She said the shutters better not move.
He better be building blocks around that damn house. You want to stay home? My grass, my yard, everything. But you better be working. You better be doing something.
But and that's the thing. The role has to completely be reversed. If I'm working and my man is staying home, then I expect that the children are fed, the homework is done, the clothes are washed, the house is clean, the dinner is cooked.
Something wrong with that man.
And things are fixed.
Something's wrong. Something is mentally wrong, unstable in that man's mind if he's going to sit home and be the house biddy. I am against that. You will not be a house biddy in my house. Whether I choose to tell you to stay, you should, as a man, you shouldn't even want to be like, okay, I'm going to stay home and take care of the kids and cook and clean. What are you, the nanny? I married a man. I didn't marry a maid. I didn't marry that. There's something wrong. I need to find a man that sits home and does this.
And this is
cooks and cleans and sewing
and this
knitting and shit. A man.
But this is where we are in respects to gender roles now.
Listen, they got to gender themselves back to 4 years old and go find a daddy or pop, whoever raised you, and tell them to re-raise you. We got to reverse this thing because this is not.
But we can't.
Listen,
it's irreversible
I think that's,
at this point.
I think that's selfish. Like, I think that's just like some old control.
No,
the woman wants too much control.
No, you know where that comes from?
Where?
It's the fact that we have these young boys raised by these single moms that don't know no better. You see what I'm saying?
Listen, like she should have kept her legs closed.
Listen, at the end of the day, if all you have done for your child is take care of them,
yeah,
and yet you've not prepared them.
Listen.
You
can have a boy. You can raise a boy. You can do all of that.
Yeah,
but I think that's
you be a teenager and raise a boy to be a man.
Listen, somebody.
Can you be a teenager and raise a boy?
It's not about being a teenager. You had somebody in that household that was training him, right? A 14-year-old don't live by themselves. They seen something, somebody. No matter what the situation was, there was a man somewhere in that boy's life. Somewhere. Somebody, uncle, somebody. But now it's not even that. It's just the fact that you have women that want that much control. If you want that much control over a man, you have a problem.
Absolutely.
That is a problem if you want that much. And for a man to let a woman have that much control, you have a problem. Y'all shouldn't even be together.
And that's where a lot of the problem has come in. Because if you think about it, we didn't have these types of problems until women stepped away from home. Until women started going out to work and working outside of the home, we didn't have these types of problems. Because there was a constant flow of, male and female energy in one household.
Yeah, but
you had a man going out to work every day. So the kids are home with mom every day doing, learning what goes on in the home, but they still see that dad went out to work and brought home whatever mom needed to provide in the household.
Right.
But then when that stopped,
But it's not that it stopped.
It did. It stopped because the homes became broken. The fathers are gone now, and now these
but homes was broken back then.
And these are moms that are by themselves.
Yeah, but mom can do it.
Yeah, and then the generations that become younger generations that don't get the old school guidance that we got.
Yeah, it's gonna switch. But it's still somebody in that boy's life that first you don't let no woman just have that much control over you. Okay. I would never want that much control over Blaze at all. I wouldn't want that. That's just taking. That's pure D.
But that's what you find when you have single moms with sons who are reliant on their sons, and they put their sons in that role that they cross the line when they become all encompassing to their sons. That's how you have all these mama's boys running around.
That's not true.
Yes.
No, it's not.
I don't want to hear your shit. Okay.
Listen, that is not true because my dad is a mama's boy and my Uncle Joey was a mama's boy.
Right.
They mom raised them to be men and they are to be the man of their household. It doesn't have anything to do with that.
But it's about the man.
You a daddy's girl, right?
But that's the male example that their mother saw.
But aren't you a mama's girl? I mean, a daddy's girl? Because I know hell I am. I'm a daddy's girl for life. No matter what age I am, Jesus can take me today. But I'm going to die and still be in heaven. Knowing I'm his daddy, I'm going to still be daddy's girl. I don't think that plays a role on a mama's boy and a daddy's girl. Like that, I think that has nothing to do with it. I think that whatever they doing, you made your son bow down to some bitch shit.
Look,
that's what it is.
But that's what I'm saying. When you have single moms who have sons, who all they have is their sons, that mama's boy relationship is different. You understand? It's not the same. It's not the same type of. It's not the same as being a mama's boy when your mom takes care of you. That's not the same type of relationship.
You talking about the controlling mom?
I'm talking about
controlling.
I'm not. It's not even that she's controlling.
She has that much control.
It's not about even being controlling. It's about he is now mentally in her mind. This is my spouse.
Right.
I am controlling this situation like I would control and how I would want control in my spouse because I can control this situation. So this little boy's father is gone. So now all he has is me and all I have is him. Now the role is different because I'm making him feel as though he's dependent on me for everything. He has to come to me for everything. He can only go through me. And that is a learned behavior.
Yeah, but guess what? Every boy ain't like that.
Not every boy is like that, but every relationship has the potential to be that. If there is no one else to step in. If that woman has no male figures in her life to be in her son's life, that's what you're going to find. You're going to find a disconnected role. You're going to find a young man who does not know anything else.
I don't agree with that. I think it all depends on what type of woman you are and how you're raising your kid. And even if you don't raise him in a certain manner, maybe you had him at a young age, it's somebody. That boy ain't just around a bunch of women. I mean, around his mama. It was just mama did not allow anybody to chastise him as a boy. And then he has to grow up however he has to grow up, and their bond is their bond. But those are the type of boys that never leave home, right, that don't get married, that don't end up in a relationship because they so right here.
Or they do get married, and then all of a sudden you in a marriage with a mama's boy and his mom. Like it's the three of y'all in this marriage instead of just the two of y'all.
Listen, you knew what you was getting yourself into when you got with him. But ain't no man gonna be no bow down punk. I could not accept that. But when it comes down to raising a boy into a man, a woman is capable of doing it. And capable of doing the right thing by the boy and doing whatever. I don't know. I don't know. I don't agree with everything.
Being that, you have...
Okay, so it's, Monica said, it depends on how strong the mother is. It depends on the woman.
Absolutely. Because but that's generally where you find the biggest amount of stay-at-home boys, fathers, or whatever you want to call them, You find that a lot when you have it's the mother and son, and there's no real male figure.
So you stay home as a man?
I'm not a man, I can tell you that.
No, I'm saying, so you said that the roles change. So you stay home, the man stay home, raise his son, while the wife go to work and do whatever she got to do. He's still in the household, so therefore you're not seeing your dad work, you're not seeing your dad do nothing. So now you become that same generation. What kind of man wants to raise his son like that? What type of woman wants a man with no brain? Like, the Tin Man in them had more brain than that, and he was scared of the lion. Like, what the hell? There's no way. There's no way. There's absolutely no way that no man. That's a lot of power for a woman to have that much power over any type of man's mind. That is psycho. There's something wrong.
So you mean to tell me, if you are a woman making 8 figures and you wanted somebody home, you wanted somebody home to trust with your family.
Okay.
And you're making 8 figures. He doesn't have to work.
No, he's going to work. Go ahead.
But at the same
8 figures and 40 figures still match. I don't care if you're making $40,000 a year. You still, as a man, should get outside and do something. You should be working.
So let me ask you this: a woman who stays home should work?
She is working.
So a man that stays home and does the same thing, that's not the same work.
No, hell no. No, he's a man.
That doesn't make sense.
It does make sense. You are a woman, and you are supposed to do as a woman is supposed to do. Support your man. Do these type of things. Being a mother, being a caregiver, being a caregiver. This is what's in you. That's in a man, but that's not in a man. That's not a man's place to say, I'm going to just be a house bitch and just sit here and I'm going to cook and I'm going to clean and I'm going to take care of the kids while my wife goes to work. It's not even about us not being equal. What the hell do you want to, you should, ain't no real man out here going to say, you know what, I'm going to sit home and be a house bitch. I've been trying not to cuss, but that is a house bitch. You don't be no house bitch. Listen, you cannot be a man, and if you think you are a man, I don't care what age you are. You think you're a man, and you don't want to make nothing. So you just want to go out here and
so what I'm saying. So
he can't be a caregiver the way.
So what you're saying is, a man can't stay at home.
A man shouldn't want to stay home. No real man should want to stay home.
Why?
That's some bitch shit.
Okay. Well, guess what? My dad makes more money staying home.
Yeah, but your dad has his own business.
But that's what I'm.
Your dad has his own business.
But what I'm saying is this: if this woman,
he's making money sitting down. Your dad can sit. My dad can sit down and make money.
Right.
But so that's a difference.
So if he chooses to do the same thing.
What?
If he chooses to stay home.
If he making that dough sitting on his ass, to sit on your ass. That's your. We're not talking about that. You said a house bitch.
So if he's
cooking, cleaning.
But if you're at home, that's what you want to do.
No, you're not. No, you're not. Listen, but that man is still bringing in money. You got a house bitch that's sitting here, not making no money, taking, cooking, cleaning, doing these things, and playing a woman role, because that's what he's doing. He's playing a woman's role. So if you're able to do all of that, and then I'm providing for you, not you providing for us. Your dad, my dad, certain men out here, they can sit the hell down. They got people that's working for them. That's a difference. There's another whole ball game when you telling me you gonna be sitting on my couch and you cooking dinner and you doing all this stuff as a man, and you not bringing in $1. Hell no. You shouldn't even want to be a man. You shouldn't want to be a man. That's not a man. I was not raised like that. You wasn't raised like that. We was raised with men. You see your parents working now. Now, daddy can chill. You know why? Because daddy's going to make that 80 to 100 and something $1,000 a year. Daddy's going to do it because guess what? Daddy done put that work in for 20, 30, 40 years. And now daddy can say this. He can do that. Now daddy can do that because daddy put that work in. But for you to allow a woman to have that much power over you and say you don't gotta work, so you're not making no money. You're a house bitch. You're doing all these things, and you as a man thinks it's okay to go to this woman and say, "Can I have $20, babe?" Now you getting an allowance for being a house bitch? Hell, I don't think that is cool at all. Nope.
Whether it's cool or not cool, it's what happens.
No. Yeah, it's happening.
It happens.
It's happening because we know it's happening because we done seen it everywhere on the internet.
Yeah, it happens.
But it's boom, boom. I'm sorry. You can't let no woman take that much power over no man. You just can't. It's just like, even if we were married, we can go to that status. I still want to, if me and you are together and we set our vows and we're married to each other, then guess what? Miss Cole, we're going to decide whose last name we're going to take, and we together. Now, I'm still going to go ahead and want to work, even if you said, I want you to stay home. I still got to make sure I got something for myself. But that's just the way,
that's called self-reliance.
Yeah, but that goes, and guess what it comes from?
That only involves
being with
yourself.
real people, being raised by real people, seeing people moving, seeing, that you should always have at least $20 in your pocket. Back in the day, if you was told, do not take that quarter out those penny loafers. That was for an emergency. So you always knew you had that quarter. I wouldn't feel right saying I do to you, and now every time you turn around, I'm in your pocket. I need 20. I need these shoes. But I still want to be like, damn, babe. Instead of me asking you for $200 because I want to take you out, now you're taking yourself out because you pretty much pay for dinner.
And does that not sound like every relationship ever?
No.
It sounds like every relationship ever to me.
Listen, I make my own money. If I want to take if I want to take you out, I'm taking you out on my card, on my money, on what I worked for. Not me taking from you, saying, come on, babe, can I get $200? And you just hand it over to me, and then an hour later, I'm like, babe, we're going out to eat.
And
that's what it is.
Look, and that's every relationship that there ever is.
Yeah, Monica said that she feels as though that, like you said, there's no grandmothers, mothers, great grandmothers, and the kids are so much younger. Yeah, I agree with you, Shil. Yes, man should be the head of the house.
Yes, but we are in a different era, absolutely.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm missing all the time. Like, why is this so?
But I don't know. I just don't. It doesn't matter what role you play, whether you man on man, woman on woman, woman and man. It doesn't matter to me. I just feel like let's bow down to each other. Let's take each other out. I don't want to borrow money from you because I want to do something special for you. So in order for me to do something special for you, I got to borrow the money from you. It's technically you did something special for your damn self. I just went and got something from off your money. But I don't think that no man should just be. No. I don't care if you go outside and cut the neighbor's grass for $25. Put something in your pocket, brother. Don't just be sitting around here doing absolutely nothing. Like, I hope you would have something, but it's a difference when you're talking about a man sitting in the house and he's still making money. There's a whole nother ball game when you got a man that you're providing for, buying everything for his clothes, his insurance, his everything. You are the breadwinner in the house, and it's okay. But still, if you want to bow down being a man, saying, okay, she's a breadwinner, she makes this amount of money, but I make this, okay, and she want to pay the mortgage, stack your dough. Stack your dough. But don't just be in there just being that, being a house bitch as a man. No. Nah. I'm telling you, you better be Bob the Builder. I'm telling you, Bob the Builder all day. I better come on. What we doing? I don't think that I think it all depends on what kind of man you're talking about. A man that can sit on his ass and still make money, shit, he's a man. He's making money and he ain't got to he's pointing fingers. I'm cool with you being the boss.
So you can go to work as long as he's building a house.
No, I should not have, if I want to buy him a bottle or I want to take him out to eat, it should be because I want to, not because I have to, because I got Bob the Builder and you're not making no money. You're not doing nothing. A man is supposed to be good with their hands. That's what a man is about. Good with his hands. Doing things with your hands. A woman can get a dildo. I can please myself. I can get a rose. I have one. We can do it ourselves. I don't need you to be a piece of laundry and you're walking around and doing the laundry and you're dependent on me too. Just like these kids are dependent on me. So now I'm providing for everybody and daddy just chilling. I couldn't have no man like that. I mean, I smacked him up.
You couldn't be a wife like that. That's the difference.
No, I just smacked him up.
There's the difference.
There shouldn't be no wife like that.
But there are.
There are, but you shouldn't. That's because I'm telling you, that's like control. It seems like that's the type of woman where you want so much control over somebody. Like I said, it doesn't matter if you're gay, whatever. If somebody is trying to control you and and you're allowing them to take your independence that much, something is wrong with you. Counseling works. Sometimes you might have to go ahead and lay on somebody's couch and talk to somebody because nobody should be able to take your spirit that much away from you. That's like slavery. Like you're abusing somebody instead of building them up, saying, listen, all right, well, you ain't, all right, I understand, baby, you can't find a job. All right, well, push him to do something. Get a lawnmower, cut some grass, edge somebody's property up. Learn how to put some bricks together. Do something. Don't just be sitting around here and every time I come home, you're at the same place in front of the TV, playing with the kids. Nah, that ain't what we gonna do. You and them kids y'all better be outside. You better be teaching them how to mow a lawn or how to make something. Like that doesn't make any sense to me. You don't have no bank account. You don't have nothing of your own. That's somebody taking your spirit. You done allow somebody to take your spirit that much that you done became dependent on them. Hell no. And if there is somebody out there, and we know it's some people out there, you need to get it together. You don't let nobody take your dependence from you. Now my life is surrounded around you? Absolutely not. I have a life. I was born with one. That's why my parents gave me the name. That's why they did whatever they had to do to bring me into this world. Thank you, but no thank you. You're not taking my that's your dignity. Like that's everything in you. How do you just let somebody take your dignity like that? And you're independent, like just take it all from you, and you just like, I'm getting a new PS5. All right, now I'm sitting here. I couldn't imagine myself coming. Like, at least if you do something. You just going this your life. This is what you're going to do. This is how you look at how roles should be played. My son. Mm-mm. I'm not. I wouldn't let nobody take my just me. You're not taking me from me. If anybody gonna take something from me, it's gonna be me taking it away from myself, not you taking everything inside of me and all. No. And I'm asking you for money, and I gotta say, oh babe, I need. Oh babe, can I have? Oh babe. After a while, it's like, well, god damn it, how much? Like I just gave you this and this and this. Like, no, that is not that's not cool, y'all. That's just not cool. So if y'all out here doing it, make sure you have some dignity for yourself. Like, go in the mirror and write some goals down with some red lipstick or something. Like, write something down, write some goals down, get your dignity back, get your self image. Like, come on. Hell no. Mm-mm. And I don't listen. Even women that sat at home every day, who is that?
Midday Mad House, how can we help you?
Hello?
Hello.
Wrong number.
Yeah, but I think that that's not attractive. I don't think that there's nothing attractive about you having somebody and they just don't do nothing in life. Like they're just depending on you. Absolutely not. That means you're controlling. That's how I look at it. The person has to be you're controlling. Because as a person, just a man, woman, whatever, you should not allow somebody to take that much from you and drain you like that. After a while, you don't get tired of it, or even if you love it, so what? That's not. I think that's because that's what it sounds like. Midday Mad House.
Hey, good morning, ladies.
Good
I called that.
Now, this is so much needed. You are 100% right on point. Right on point. But first of all, we have, like, and you have too many people that want to raise babies instead of milk.
Right.
You find a lot like a coddling going on. You want to hold their hand through, like, and you can't always do that. Like, kids gotta fall and bump their head sometimes. You gotta live and you have to learn, but you have to show them examples of what it's supposed to be.
Yeah, so if you see daddy at home every day and he not doing nothing and he a house bitch, then what do you see? You're going to be a house bitch because that's what you see your daddy doing all your life. No, a boy should not be that way. And just as a person, let's just say people, like you shouldn't allow nobody to take that much dignity from you. Like I don't understand people that allow somebody to take their spirit like that. Sheila? Uh-oh. But we didn't hang up on you.
No, we did not.
She didn't put it on there. Yeah, but I don't know. I wonder but I don't know. I don't get it. But I mean, hey, everything isn't meant for everybody. Because the damn sure not no.
Yeah, and I think I was trying to say
houseboats so females can come in. Yeah. Yeah, like I agree. Thank you, Mr. Wright. Don't even open up the door for a woman anymore. What?
No, they don't know how.
Oh, yeah.
Chivalry is dead because young teenage stars don't know nothing about it. So they ain't teaching it to their son.
We can do a whole show on. We can continue that tomorrow. How this goes down? You know, you don't find, and you know why? Because you have an announcement.
Look, chivalry and courtship is dead, and that's just what it is.
Right.
Because if you're like under 30, you don't know anything about it. So you're not getting taught that. And that's really what ultimately I was trying to get at, was the teaching process is no longer available. So
right.
The message is getting misconstrued. So when we were growing up, even if the homes were broken, there were still uncles, there was still some male figure that was actually out here doing something.
Right.
The only male figures that these young kids have now are these same little dudes that's on the corner with them. Nobody is getting a real male role model to see what it's supposed to look like. Hustling is the thing. Like, oh, we out here on the block, we selling drugs, we shooting, killing.
Well, that was the thing back in the day.
It was, but there was a respect level to the game.
But guess where they learned that from?
That there isn't now.
Yeah, but guess where they learned it from? From generations like ours,
right?
From people from them, and it just passed down. There goes the chain, and it's not going to get broken.
The respect level in the game A is different, and you have to realize that the younger generation has no respect at
That's
all.
true, but you find a lot of these young generations. I know a lot of my like Hannah's friends. These little kids is working 2-3 jobs. Yeah. Like they have a hustle in them besides selling drugs. I know some kids that sell drugs and got a full-time job.
They do. I know a lot of them. I'm not saying that there aren't, but what I'm saying is the male role models that you've seen when we was growing up, like our uncle going to work every day. They went to work in suits. No matter what work they was doing, even if they was going out to the corner, they was clean doing it. There was an example to be had.
Yeah,
and
but
like
you don't be
the examples that there are now aren't the same. And because there aren't these examples, there's also no one to put the woman in check. What are you reading?
You hear me?
No, I can't see it.
Okay, so Sheila says, no disrespect to anyone. I see more women turning towards other women because they are getting the attention and the support that they wanted from the man.
And that has always been the case. That has always been the case because that's what you find. I find a lot of my female friends and cousins who are now dating women exclusively have all had terrible experiences with them. You know, from the lying, the cheating. I had teenage cousins who strictly date females because when they were teenagers, men used to try to get them pregnant. Like, it's a psychological thing.
Yeah.
So I get it. That's not my cup of tea. I don't care what. Listen, I don't care what the difference. I don't care. Like,
if a woman goes to another woman, it's more dependent on the woman. I think it's mental. It's mental to support, and okay. I agree with you.
I'm gonna tell you why.
I agree with you, Sean.
I'm gonna tell you why I don't fall in that category.
No, I'm saying
I get it. I've seen it. You know, they find it supportive. They find it to be less, like demanding as far as like trying.
But women can be just like a man.
I'm talking about like trying to be it's not the same forcefulness.
Right.
Like, you know, men are demanding in certain things that women are not.
Right.
So
that's why I said it's mental.
There's a difference when it comes to
the touch, the rub, the whole, all that is a difference because now you're dealing with me and I'm dealing with me.
Listen, I was just
on that note, it is
time to say, you know, goodbye to all our friends.
Yes. So we're you know what? Tomorrow we're going to start back tomorrow on what Miss Sheila Davis and Mr. Wright, like all of us, Monica, everybody, everything, and Mr. Tolliver, like all of us is having this conversation. I think, you know, tomorrow we can continue on.
Yeah, maybe we get some people
with the door openings.
Yeah,
and
grown people. Maybe we get some people on the couch tomorrow.
Yes,
they want to come in.
Maybe we'll call Chris Cream.
Yeah, he'll show up.
So maybe we can, so tomorrow we're gonna go ahead but we have to go right now, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, we do. We have to go. We love you.
Yes, and we love you, and we will see you guys tomorrow. And tomorrow.
Tomorrow. 4 o'clock. We'll see you here.
Tomorrow. Are you guys ready for tomorrow?
Tomorrow.
So make sure you guys can know.
See where we left off.
Yeah,
go back and watch the show if you missed it today, so you can catch up and be on time for tomorrow.
Yeah, we don't want you
to be late in the comments. Like talking about what we talked about yesterday, we'll talk about something new tomorrow. So yeah, because part. Some of you guys. I love y'all guys, but we do have to go. So it's a wonderful day in the neighborhood.
Oh my God!
In the neighborhood. Won't you be mine? Won't you be mine? My neighbor.
What you see is what you get up on the morning show. I got a whole lot of bars, but before I go, Cha real smooth, she the boss. No, baby. Hold up, I'm about to go to Jellolady. They your host, 12 to 2. If you need a getaway, come and see this view. Got a whole lot of drama for the night you want to stand by. Put your feet up and watch a Midday Mad House.